Hello everybody, welcome to another edition of Get Ready for Game Night, the YouTube channel where I try to explain how to play some of my favorite games, mostly to my friends, in a way as though my friends were sitting right down here with me just before we played. This time I'm going to do something a little different. One of the subscribers, Nanny Blylevin, or maybe it's Nani, I apologize if I said that wrong. She looked at my How to Play Last Will video and asked if I could do a little bit of a run-through to help fine-tune some of the rules. That's not normally what I do, but hey, she asked, I will comply. So we're going to go over a run-through on a two-player game of Last Will. So to begin the game, each player chooses 3 cards from the Helpers and Expenses deck and 3 cards from the Properties deck. They're going to take a look at them and choose 2 to keep. So let's take a look at these. We have the Gardener, the Training Ground, and the Coachman. Those are our Helpers and Expenses deck. And then we have 2 farms or a manor house. I think he'll choose the manor house, and actually the training ground would work really well with the farms. So yeah, he'll keep one of the farms and the training ground. The rest of these cards just get discarded. Let's take a look at the cards that the red player has. A mansion, a townhouse, and a farm. Standing reservations at a restaurant. A coachman, and the training ground. Well, he likes the reservation, and maybe he likes the coachman. And again, the rest of these are discarded. In round 1, the random setup has given us the Old Friend, the Breeders' Fair. It's given us the Estate Agent. For the property, there's a townhouse. There's the Gentleman's Club. Another standing reservation, and as always, the companion wild card. So I've randomly distributed the property value adjusters here and randomly determined that the green player will be the start player. So in a 2-player game, the player order markers go a little bit differently. The first player, in this case the green player, first thing that he does is he selects one of these dummy markers, and he's just going to block one of these spaces. So let's just say he is going to block, he doesn't want anyone to be able to draw 5 cards, and then he's done. Then the second player, in this case red, he is going to select where he goes and place another dummy marker. So let's say the red player, he wants to get things going. He's not so concerned about turn order, so he wants to go right here. He's not going to get any more cards, but he wants 3 actions. And then he's going to block. He doesn't want the green player to get that spot. So finally the green player gets to choose from what's left, and he doesn't really think he needs 4 actions, so he's going to go right there. So that's round 1. I should mention I set this up that everyone is playing with 70 pounds in money. So now we proceed in player order with drawing of the cards. The green player gets to draw 2 cards. He'll add to his farm and his training ground any 2 face down cards. Oh, maybe he has a property, he has a companion, maybe he wants one of these event cards. He got the ball. And the other card he'll draw, oh, because he wants a companion. He's hoping to get a dog. Oh, he did not get a dog. He got a special guest. The red player does not get any cards. So now they get to start sending out their errands, or their errand boys. And where does the green player want to send his first errand boy? Well, he has a farm property which currently is highly undervalued. He may not want that. So he may want to go there and make sure that farms are really expensive up front. And next we have the red player. Well, the red player, he notices over here that a very powerful card in the game, the Old Friend, is available. So he wants to snatch that card, especially since he didn't get any cards from the turn order. Going back to the green player, and we'll just sort of zoom out so we can see all of our choices. Oh, the green player, what does he want to do? Since he ended up drawing the guest, I think he may want to play a property-focused game, get the townhouse, especially since the townhouse is also overvalued right now. And finally, the red player's last errand boy, based on the cards that he has. Oh, I don't know. He already has a reservation. He doesn't really need another one. He'd love to get a chef to add to that reservation, though. So, yeah. Maybe he takes the wild card to use as a chef. All right. Well, that's it for the errand boys. Now we're going to go on to the actual actions. And the green player gets to go first. Well, the green player has 2 actions that they can undertake, and it always costs an action. So we adjust this right here to say I have 2 actions. He wants to get into the property business, so he is going to purchase a townhouse. You'll notice that the townhouse currently is valued at 15, but because we were able to manipulate the market, it's actually at 16. So for one action, he's going to buy that townhouse, spending 16 pounds. So 10, 5, and 20, and he needs 4 back and change. That's his first action. Now he could, and we put a little depreciation marker here he could activate it, spending $3 to maintain the house, but I don't think he's going to do that. I think instead, because he wants to be able to let that thing depreciate, and he only has 1 action left. So with his next action, he is going to spend 12 plus 3, 15 pounds to purchase that townhouse. So he's going to spend, he needs 35 back. And he is all out of actions. He has to decide, does he want, he might as well activate the farm, which does not cost, well, actually it does cost an action. So he, all out of actions, he's done. So let's go over to the orange player. Well, the orange player, or the red player, he actually got 3 actions from the turn order selection earlier. And the first action, he is for sure going to bring out the old friend, because that costs an action to bring him out, but the old friend, as long as he's out there, he gains you an action. So he gets that action right back. So he's going to be pretty powerful the rest of the game. So he activated the old friend to gain himself that action. Next thing he wants to look at, oh, I think he has, yeah, he can do that. He is going to hire a coachman, which normally costs 1 action to put the card down, but then it costs an additional action, as indicated here. To activate the coachman would then cost an action, but he's actually going to use his last action to make standing reservations at a restaurant. And he can then activate that reservation, costing him $1 every turn. So he loses the 10, he's going to get 9 back. There he goes. And then he's all out of actions. Well, that is the end of the first round. And at the end of every round, you go through a series of events. First, you have to discard down to 2 cards, but you are not allowed to keep a wild card as one of your cards. So that card goes back. The green player, he's got these 3 cards in his hand. He's thinking the training ground and the farm will work well together, and the guest and the townhouse will work well together, so he's going to discard the ball. Get that out of the game. Then you look at if you have any properties that were not activated, and in this case, the green player, he has a couple of properties that were not activated. So the townhouse, it's going to depreciate in value. It's now only worth 13 plus whatever modifiers. Farms don't depreciate in value, however. So that's the end of the depreciation of properties. You're going to reset all the cards. So any cards that were activated, you reset. We're going to clean up the offering board, meaning eliminate all the cards, set them back up for the next round, reset the player order, pass the first player token, and after I do all that, we'll begin round 2.